And we come to our first timeout. So 15:07 here, Smooth and Fairfield get the score. 9-0 St. Peter's. Back with more here from Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall on ESPN+. Take a look at Shaheen Holloway.
These guys are listening, Coach, keeping these gentlemen engaged. He goes 10 deep. Therefore, you understand that if you're not doing what you need to do, you won't.
The flip side, Jay Young in his third job with this fair team. He's kind of like under the radar type guy.
He's under the radar. However, the coaches around this league and players understand Coach Young has this Fairfield team ready to play. As I spoke with him last, veteran team, they understand what it once you get in.
Mightily against teams.
Well, he got that first timeout under their belt. I believe they'll come out with a little bit early, especially in a new environment. Even though they played last night, this is an open environment.
And it's an 11-0 lead for the Peacocks.
KC coming out, being aggressive offensively. He's taken a number of shots already for St. Peter's.
Cruz little crow hop to Wojcik. Wojcik for three, knocked it down. Now Wojcik, he's been injured. He's giving it a go here tonight, and he gets the Stags on the board at the 14:30 mark.
And Darryl, that's an excellent boost off your bench. Jake Wojcik, all MAAC caliber player, comes in, knocks down a three ball. That's his specialty.
You see that left ankle heavily taped.
Even if he's not 100%, the threat of him knocking down that three ball opens up things for Fairfield.
With the three. Sorry about that. Smooth, an offensive rebound and put back by Hassan Drame.
And the Drame brothers are so long on the glass. Hassan right there going to the offensive glass. You have to box everyone out for St. Peter's.
The Stags are without Alan Jean Rose, who was injured last night.
And he had been playing well, Darryl. He'd been playing so well. I called him an X factor because of his size and length, able to get to the basket, put it on the floor. That young man was playing well. I believe he hurt his right ankle or foot. He's on the bench there with a boot on it.
Got the boot, yeah. TJ Long will enter the game for Fairfield. Talk about a guy that can shoot it. I saw that up close and personal when they took on the Ryder Bronx. He knocked down 7 threes.
Wow. Young freshman.
Supreme Cook. Shot clock violation.
And you have to chalk that up to the team. That's not Cook's fault. Everyone should know that shot clock. They should be yelling that with at least 10 seconds or so that he knows when he gets the ball in the post, he has to make a quick move or pass it.
Defoe's going to go to work. The Defo over Chrysler, no good. Rebound tapped in by, this time the tap by Fusini Drame.
Again, those guys are long down. You have to box them out. Beautiful tap in, soft touch.
Cook. Fake, now goes up, no good. One and done for the Stags.
Strong move by Cook. I thought he had the shot the first move he put on. He gave an extra move, put himself out of position.
Jumper partially blocked, saved in, and now Fairfield comes up with it. Benning, great spin move to the hole, layup good. Taj Benning.
Big time move by Taj. Big guard at 6'4", can handle the ball. Love the spin. Got him to the rim.
Now Banks can't get over long, and the ball loose. Good job by Banks to keep it alive. Corner three, got it.
Again, Banks. Defense leading to offense. They don't give up extra effort. All good teams give you a third and fourth effort.
So 8 minutes through, St. Peter's an 18-5 lead, and we'll take a look as we go to break. The ball swatted away, and then Banks from the corner. Trust me, it was Darryl Banks. 8 minutes through, 18-5 Peacocks. Back with more after this on ESPN+. Let's take a listen to what Steve
Shaheen Holloway's St. Peter's team off to a great start on the defensive end of the floor. They come in tonight's game number 1 in scoring defense in the MAAC. Fairfield has shot just 2 for 10 to start this game. A really great start by the Peacocks. Back to Darryl and Smooth at the table.
Stags misfiring here to open this game.
Well, it has a lot to do with the St. Peter's defense. We talked about the ball pressure to start the ball game. You take a look right now, you have another player on the floor who's a great defender, Juju, freshman on that all-freshman team. He's going to put pressure. So you have guards coming into the ball game ready to play. Eggert, who knocks down the three ball, but you know you have to defend to stay on the floor for St. Peter's.
Benning stops, shot over Murray, the freshman.
And against the St. Peter's defense, they want you to take the first shot. You have to move the ball from side to side to get the defense moving.
Drama in out of Murray. Murray can't free himself from Benning. He'll try the right side. Now Eddard. Eddard stops right elbow. Back to Murray. Murray with 3 to shoot. Good. Murray from 3.
Definitely a bonus when you have Murray coming off the bench, a.k.a. Juju, knock down the 3.
16-point lead. Under 11. First half.
Keep in mind this Fairfield team is a veteran team. They were in a championship game last season. They're not going to go away.
The winner of this will play tomorrow night's Siena Quinnipiac winner on Friday.
Thought Caleb Green was really solid in the game last night. He does a great job running this show for Fairfield. Doesn't look to score the ball. He will call his number. However, he's trying to get his teammates involved.
Cook off the double team. Still with it, splits the double team, forces the shot, no good, and a shot clock violation.
Big time double team, big to big. Again, one of the Drame brothers comes over, Farsami comes over. Great double team on that baseline. Supreme Cook gets trapped there, puts up a terrible shot.
Murray crossover, high dribble. And 2 more in the paint for Jalen Murray.
Again, Murray's so good off the bounce. This young man comes in with a reputation from Dykeman Park. A number of people have been telling me, Smooth, he is the truth.
Just in case people don't know, that's the Bronx.
Yes, indeed.
And an offensive foul on Green. And the wheels are falling off early for the Stags. Still plenty of time to get into it, but
you can take a look at the defense. He had made this shot on the other end. However, Coach Holloway would be more excited about him moving his feet on defense and getting the charge.
We find Drame in the corner. Now Drame to the basket, misses an easy layup, and Fairfield the other way.
Got into that lane off the Euro, couldn't finish.
Fairfield needs to convert off the St. Peter's misses or turnovers, a foul. They're going to get Rupert. Rupert and Cook doing battle in the paint.
I still think Fairfield can get the ball inside. Supreme Cook is posting up hard. He just needs to slow down, take his time. He'll get a quality shot.
Take a look at Jay Young. The Stags have work to do early on. Again, still plenty of time. Cruz, a little turnaround, a little baby hook there by Cruz. He had 19 last night.
Yes, he's solid. Good shot there. Again, helps our defense come there. You have to be creative. During the tournament, Darryl, your stars have to be stars, and you're looking for a role player or two to step up.
Down low, Drame. 2 more for Fosini Drame.
So long in that paint.
And still just a junior. He feels like he's been around for
Well, both of those guys were such an impact on the defensive end when they came into our league, so their names have been said continuously.
Benning the drive, tries to find Cook off his hands out of, no, they're going to say it stays with Fairfield. 8:40 left first half, 25-7. Peacocks, the highest seed left here in this tournament.
Wow, the highest seed left? What are you telling me?
I'm telling you that the 9 seed Ryder Bronx defeated the Gales, the number 1 seed. Gales 71-70 in a spectacular game as you see Cruz go for 2 more.
No! We're going to have to discuss that. We're going to have to discuss that. I don't believe it.
You need to get here earlier.
I saw all of it. I saw all of it.
I know you did. Oh, don't worry. I keep an eye on you. I know where you are all the time. Drive by Dasher, no good, and a block or an offensive foul is the call.
Fairfield showing the flashes of their defense again. Defense is about help side. Great job by Cruz stepping up, and that's why St. Peter's is so good. Help and recover. Most players do not want to help because I don't trust that you're going to do a good job, Darryl. If I help, who's going to help me? But solid defensive teams help and recover, and it's called help the helper if someone else has to help.
I appreciate that sentiment that you don't trust that I'm going to do it. It's all right. You're probably right. Cruz, top arc, no good. Dasher.
As you said earlier, Darryl, one and done.
Murray behind the back. That time too fancy from the freshman. Good numbers for the Stags. Benning alley-oop on the way, and Supreme Cook will lay it up and in. And the Stags double figures now with 11 points.
You got it. The defense leading to offense. Really good job going on the floor by Caleb Green.
Murray hawked by Green. Eddard, good pass, and Eddard can't.
Classic case right there. Excellent job by Eddard getting into that lane area. But again, the help side defense comes over, so you have to help the helper when Supreme Cook goes for the block.
As you said before, Holloway will just run in 10 players back and forth.
And those guards are so pesky, Dow. Again, I was a 6'4" point guard. I did not like guards always pressuring me.
Murray finds Dasher. Dasher baseline. Kick out Eddard. Eddard, Murray. Murray had the wide open look. He'll give it up to Dasher, who also has a wide open look from the corner. Too long for Dasher.
That's still good basketball.
Green, Cook underneath. Double teamed again through the double team. No good off glass and iron.
And that's the length of drumming inside. Again, you're putting pressure on a really good offensive player in that paint area. Again, he has shots that he can make. Look at Cruz on the defensive end. Good
steal by Cruz. Trailer coming. Cruz decides to go on his own. No good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. So when we come back, Cruz to the line for 2, 5:56 left first half. St. Peter's 27, Fairfield 11. More from the Hercules Tires MAAC Championships.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
Book your New Jersey summer getaway now. Go for those sunshine vibes and sand buckets of beach and boardwalk fun. Celebrate life's brightest moments. Then linger a while in your urban oasis, forest retreat, or oceanside bliss. Boost your mood in New Jersey's feel-great destinations. Create your escape at visitnj.org/booknow.
27-11 St. Peter's, 5:56 left the first half, and, well, we've been preaching defense. Defense, it all starts with St. Peter's and Casey Nadefo, once again the Defensive Player of the Year in the MAAC.
Casey is super tough, 6'7", has guard-type skills as far as running the floor, but defensively, he's at an elite level. This young man has great timing, block shots, but the great thing about him, his motor. You love his motor because he's always in motion. He does a great job in the back line for that defense, but he'll get out and pressure the ball also because he can move his feet, can guard all 5 positions on the defensive end.
Take a look at Casey Nadefo, second team All-MAAC selection.
Slow start for him, but you notice now he's starting to play his best basketball. When you talk to Coach Holloway, they had a pause early in the season, which he thought was good for their team. They started turning things around. He had to get a pause, and he said Casey right now is playing the best basketball he's played all season.
Cruz, 65% free throw shooter.
I like the pressure here by Caleb Green. Again, you have to start at the point guard position. You talk about the St. Peter's guard putting on pressure. You have to bring that same pressure back to them as you notice Fairfield turning it up.
I know it's really smooth, but Fairfield does need stops here. Always bodes well going in the locker room with some momentum.
And that's why Banks the third is a all-league performer. Got to a spot, able to raise up from the mid-range.
He's got 9. There's a Benning 3, no good.
Taj can knock that down. He has a unique release on that shot.
Banks, Nadefo freed himself from Cruz for an easy 2.
Good patience, used that bounce well, got his balance, gathered, put it in off the glass. That dribble handoff is so tough to guard, especially when you have guards turning the corner.
Mido, shot is blocked. They're going to call a foul. That'll send Mido to the line for 2. And you know what? Fairfield needs him any way they can get him right now.
They need to see the ball go through the basket, but you have to play through contact. I can't say that enough during the tournament. I hear fans, I hear players complaining about fouls. You can't worry about fouls once you get into your conference tournament. Play through the contact. That's why you lift the weights, all those things you do to get yourself prepared, playing through contact. Like you, Darryl. You look great.
Lifting those weights, I am. No, Smooth, you look great. But you
I appreciate it.
I had to go with this tie tonight to
Listen,
up
man, you're
my
killing
game.
it. You are killing it. I went with the crew neck tonight just to chill. However, I want to bring it also when I'm coming with you, man.
Good job by Mido to knock down those 2 free throws. 16-point advantage for the Peacocks.
St. Peter's very patient on the offensive end.
Nadefo over Cruz, no good. You know, Nadefo is not a big man in stature. He's not, he's not.
He's an undersized 4'5" for our league, but again, he compensates with that because of his motor. He's all over the place, very active, has great bounce. That's why he's a great shot blocker, but it helps that those guards defend the ball so well because KC can get help side blocks.
He's got 72 blocks coming into
big
this
time.
game.
Don't tell him I said he's undersized because he plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's always angry.
He does. Partially blocked as Green goes up. And the #1 team in the MAAC defensively, really putting the clamps on the Stags, just 15 points. 3:46 left. Good drive by Lee. Good and foul.
Classic case, playing through contact, Darryl. Either way, Lee's going to get that shot up. But again, he goes strong to the cup, plays through the contact, looking for an and one.
And an official timeout, 3:45 left here in the first. You see Lee with the contact, as you said, still gets it up to go. And he'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play when we come back. 33-15, Peacocks back with more on ESPN+. The MAAC Championships are brought to you by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Visit www.herculestires.com. Jersey Mike's a sub above. And Levy Recognition solutions that elevate your performance. It has been quite a performance thus far by the St. Peter's Peacocks. 33-15 lead, 3:45 left here in the first half.
Well, again, we started the broadcast off talking about defense. You knew St. Peter's was in a zone from their last couple of games of defending. However, Fairfield, a good defensive team right now, not at the same level as St. Peter's. However, they can get themselves back in it one stop at a time.
Lee completes the three-point play. And now they're going to pressure in the backcourt. Long in trouble, loses the handle, loose ball, and looks like Wojcik came up with it.
Good hustle by Wojcik, but Darryl, you have to be strong with the basketball against the pressure.
Near steal, and it is. Nadefo with the steal. Nadefo, skip pass. Thanks to Lee.
And that's that quickness from KC from your 4-5 spot. Again, at 6'7", he can guard everybody. However, in that case there, playing the passing lane.
Good job by Banks to get through the double team. Turn around short, Jay, good.
Banks getting to his spots. You love guys who understand how to score. Get to the mid-range. It's not that far away. You can spin, use your pivot, and raise up over the defender.
Cruz tries to draw contact. Goes up, wild shot, no good. And again, one and done as Rupert pulls down the rebound.
Now Cruz on the flip side tried to do the same thing. However, the defense much better.
And sometimes these more experienced players are going to try to take over, do too much. Wide open look, Banks three, back iron no good, rebound loose, taken by Banks. Finds a shooter in Lee, no good.
You'd like to see Fairfield get a couple of easy baskets in transition because they're working so hard in the half court.
All St. Peter's, less than 2 to go first half. Cook backing in, and then they're going to call a A block. They're going to call a block.
Thought Clarence did a really good job showing there, getting called for the block, using his body. Take a look at this. He's in great position. Hey, that's an offensive foul down.
That's a tough call.
Clarence gave them solid minutes while he was on the floor playing that post area. Coach Holloway high on the young man, Philly product, loves his footwork, likes his moves in the post.
You, of course, had to get the Philly reference.
No doubt. Let me tell you something about my town. Philly players understand how to play the game. Certain cities where you get guys from, and ladies, they just know how to play because the town teaches it and it embraces good play. And Philly's one of those cities. You don't agree, huh?
I do. Oh, yeah. I was just thinking of Sunny Hill.
There you go. I played in the Sunny Hill League for years.
Yeah. I just didn't say it out loud, but I was thinking about Sunny Hill.
Let the people know. We talked about you not saying what you want. Take some risk down. Take some risk.
Baker League.
Played in the Baker League, won a championship in the Baker League. Come on, man. Keep it coming. You're making me feel good.
Big Five.
Didn't play in the Big Five because I was at Manhattan. But I wish I would have. That was one of my regrets. However, you can't play in the Big Five if you're in another city.
You cannot. Certain things you can't do, Smooth. Even you couldn't do that.
Get in that lane.
Benning a floater in the paint. Rims out. Cook, good offensive rebound. Put back, no. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul on Supreme Cook. And Nadefo not happy. I'm not sure what happened. It looked like he just went for the offensive rebound. But
I like what the officials are doing,
upset.
Darryl. Taking a look at this. From our angle, looks like Cook had the elbows up. See that?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Anything in the face area, the officials always take a look. Not sure if it was malicious, but you want to make sure you take a look at it. Considering the tone of how college basketball is right now, I believe that will be called a flagrant foul.
I believe you're correct.
I took a risk.
I'm going to also take that risk.
Thank you.
This is a flagrant foul. So the MAAC championships, which will continue tomorrow. What a first game, as we said before. Ryder, a 71-70 victory over the #1 seed Iona Gales. The winner of this will play the winner of Siena Quinnipiac. That game will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And then tomorrow night at 9:30, Monmouth, the 4 seed, and the 5 seed Niagara Purple Eagles. That's a real good one.
Let's talk about the Ryder Bronx. Dwight Murray Jr.,
what a ball game.
In my personal opinion, best guard in the league at the point position.
And he was there's that
elbows high.
Yeah.
You can't have those elbows high. Just to close out with Murray Jr., I think players like Dwight take it personal. He was not on any of the all-MAAC teams that I saw. First, second, or third.
Well, he was not. You're correct.
Young man played a tremendous game, floor game, made big shots, got his teammates involved. A couple of dimes he dropped in the paint were just magnificent. And when you want to beat a team like Iona, who's very good, in my opinion, the best team in our conference, again, shoulders, elbows up, this is flagrant. Elbows up, elbows up, elbows up right in the face. That's flagrant.
So I think what they're going to, it's obviously flagrant. So what they're going to talk about now is maybe whether it's a 1 or a 2.
That's it. That's the question. That's the question. But just to close out on Murray Jr., oftentimes at this time of the year, players who aren't on teams that they probably think they should take it out on the tournament.
You've been there before. You've been
in that situation. I was never on a all-conference team, and rightfully so. Probably didn't deserve it. However, my confidence, irrational confidence, told me coming into the tournament, I'm better than plenty of the guys who are on those teams. And I think that was one of the chips on his shoulder, if I can speak for him, going into that ball game and understanding he needed to play very well to knock off a very good Iona team. And let's make this clear to everyone who's a fan. Iona is the best team in our league. However, Ryder did a good job knocking them off.
They really did. We're going to get a F1. Okay. So it will be a flagrant 1 on Cook.
Yes.
Flagrant 1 on Supreme Cook. Jay Young not happy with the call, but I believe it's the right
the
call.
officials made the right call there. However, when you take a look on the replay, it's apparent you can't have the elbows up, and it looks like he had some force behind it. Again, it's a physical ball game, but that was near the face. Anytime it goes near the face, you have to make that call. And just to close out with the Bronx and Iona. Iona, best team in our league. I think that's clear. Everyone knew that. However, I put a post up today on Facebook. In a one-bid league like the MAAC, the best team does not always win in the conference, which is unfortunate. Now, my question to our league, considering Iona is out, whoever wins our league, will they represent us well in the NCAA tournament?
Well, that will remain to be seen.
It remains to be seen.
But I have to tell you, the game was played at a pretty high level.
Yes, indeed. Here's a last point on that, and we may touch it later. Oftentimes in leagues like the MAAC, certain teams are built to win in the league. Outside the league, they don't have a chance. However, I think that Iona team was built to win. Oh, KC, talk to me. KC said, Smooth, enough of the first game. Look at what I'm doing out here. He goes strong to the cup, great bounce, dunks that with the right hand.
Big dunk by Nadefo, 39-15 the score. And a whistle. We're going to get Drame.
Supreme Cook is so strong in that post. He's one of those guys. It looks like he's just strong. Casey going strong to his right. That's his strong hand, and you know he's going to dunk that. In the earlier matchup, he had a couple of plays very similar to that.
Cook for a 1-and-1.
Needed that shot.
He
can get post-ups anytime he wants. He has to be a little bit more patient. Understand a double team is coming at some point. He has to either go quick or slow on certain moves, so he has to understand that. I know that can be difficult for the young fella, but that's how St. Peter's is guarding him.
Minute 3 left, 39-17. Fairfield at this point, I mean, you're looking for anything, something, some momentum. Get a stop and a basket, something to go into that locker room with.
Well, in this case here, you would like to get a stop to close out the half and score a basket and just feel good about yourself.
A defo right elbow. Corner, lead, drive, layup good.
And that's too easy, but again, you have to give Woj a pass. He has that right ankle, it looks like, heavily taped up, and Banks went right at it. No, I'm sorry, Matthew Lee went right at that ankle.
And Stags, 5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 8 to shoot and a whistle. Foul on Banks.
Gonna give Woj a chance to get to the free throw line. Excellent free throw shooter. Looks like that's the left lower leg ankle that's bandaged up. Looks like a black sort of bandage on it or taping.
Yeah, Wojcik, 89% from the free throw line.
Now, again, this young man was an all-league player last season also. So, again, guys have chips on their shoulders when they understand they probably should be, at least in their opinion, on one of those all-league teams.
9 seconds as Lee crosses the timeline. And a whistle. Fairfield had a foul to give. Actually, had a couple fouls to give. Just the 15th foul. So 6.4 for St. Peter's. Lee looking, finds Eddard, corner 3, and he has fouled. He has fouled. Is it beyond the arc or?
Well, Long is actually motioning to
will.
the bench like he's in the NBA. Take a look at it. But the officials are. He felt as though Doug Eddard put his leg out on the shot a la Reggie Miller to draw that contact.
Well, I don't think that's what they're looking at. They're going to look at whether it's a 2 or a 3.
You might be right there.
Yeah.
Well,
They're really not that interested,
They're not
whether
interested in
TJ
that.
Long thinks it was a foul.
Listen, Long was motioning to his bench like he's in the league. You got to take a look at that for me and challenge it.
Let's see if we can.
Well, he didn't kick the leg.
No, he didn't kick the leg. And I think it was a threat. I think Eddard was behind the line.
I'm going to take a risk and say he was behind the line because
very
Eddard
risky
shoots the
tonight.
three so well, he knows where that line is.
He is shooting three, so you are correct again.
Doesn't hurt to take a risk.
You're right on the money. Late night, you're still right on the money. You're still fresh. So Eddard to the line.
Doug, one of the better shooters in our league,
How about
knocks down that three ball.
First in free throw percentage. 5 point. Well, I mean, St. Peter's, you take a look again.
Comes off hard, shoulder to shoulder, feet set. And this young man shot a zillion threes in his life. He knows where that line is.
St. Peter's had their way with both regular season games, but I didn't see this coming.
No, not at all.
43-19.
Not at all.
Now 44-19, especially after the way Fairfield played last night. Total domination against Canisius.
Well, St. Peter's has been on a roll defensively.
Wojcik at the buzzer from half court, no good. And a 44-19 lead for the Peacocks. I mean, they were unconscious. So I think we're going to talk with, Steve Eggink will have a little chat with Shaheen Holloway, whose team leads 44-19. And Steve is with Coach Holloway now.
Here with St. Peter's head coach Shaheen Holloway. Coach, I thought your kids were really locked in defensively. Your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I thought we came out locked in on the defensive end. Made a couple mistakes, but for the most part, we was locked in.
Any adjustments in the second half?
I can't tell you guys that.
Okay. All right, good luck in the second half.
Thank you, boss.
All right. Let's send it back over to the guys at the table.
Smart man. Smart man. I don't think they have to make too many adjustments in the second half with this 44-19 lead. We'll be back with halftime stats, highlights, and more here from Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. 44-19 Peacocks back on ESPN+. fine. Chris Smooth will get us back here at Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The 2022 Hercules Tires MAAC Championship. St. Peter's a 44-19 halftime lead. Take a look at some of the highlights. Most of them, I'm going to assume, St. Peter's.
Casey Nadefo knocking down the three ball. Casey, you're usually around the basket. Knocking down the three, showing you some extension of his ball game here. Wojcik off the bench, knocks down the three ball. That's what he's very good at. Fairfield needs more of that in the second half. Defense right here, leading to more offense. Thought Banks, the third, had a tremendous first half, knocking down the three ball, getting to his spots. It's all dictated by the defense. Cruz getting to that mid-range, nice half hook. Need more of that. And Casey, hey Casey, why don't you get up for me with the right hand, jams it home.
Highlights of that first half. Now the stats in the first half, Fairfield just 22% from the field and 1 of 6 from 3. The Peacocks, how about 59% from the field on that 17 of 29, 43% from 3. They're dominating rebounds, the glass 20-9, and well, that's why we have that 44-9.
Right, exactly. The score dictates the stats here. Obviously, you're not going to win a lot of ball games shooting such a low percentage, but the rebounding is really difficult. 20-9. You only have 1 assist. You just need Fairfield to come out in this second half, handle pressure. That's one of the keys you want to talk about. Handle the pressure early. Get yourself some shots, be patient, and chip away.
One of the numbers you don't see there, the Peacocks a 26-8 advantage in the paint. We'll be back with more here from Atlantic City. Our halftime will continue after this on ESPN+. Halftime here from Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall, 44-19. St. Peter's leading Fairfield. Darryl Fine, Chris Smooth Williams with you. And Smooth, you know, it's right now 44-19. What are the keys to the second half, especially for the Stags?
For the Stags, they have to be able to handle on-the-ball pressure. St. Peter dictates the defense. They take you out of everything with the pressure on the basketball. With that being said, once you handle the on-the-ball pressure, you can get into your offense.
The Smooth's keys to the game, to the second half, brought to you by Tropicana. Everything is better at Tropicana, Atlantic City. Tropicana provides an unparalleled experience. Must be 21 or over. Gamble when you know when to stop before you start gambling. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. So 44-19 is our score. We'll be back with second half action after this on ESPN+. Back here at Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The bracket Ryder Bronx.
Yeah.
A win over Manhattan, then a win over the number one seed Iona Gales. What a game that was. Fairfield, a win last night, 72-50. All over Canisius, struggling here tonight, down 44-19. Quinnipiac 77-52 over Marist. They advance. They'll play Siena tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And then the game that a lot of people are waiting for, that 4-5 game, should be a real good one. Monmouth and Niagara, 9:30 tomorrow night. And you see the winner, Ryder will play the winner of that Monmouth-Niagara game. See
Like the
a
way
lot
the
of
bracket
reps.
is playing itself out. Solid basketball game right before ours. This one right now, a little bit out of hand. Let's see if Fairfield can make a run. But just to close out a point we touched on concerning Iona. Iona had a very good season. That team was built to play in the postseason. My interest as a fan, whoever represents our league, are they going to be able to win games in the postseason? I believe that Iona team was built to win consecutive games, not just be there to win games. Now, can a Ryder run the table? They've won 2 games already, but I believe they have the talent. They are built to win in the postseason also. But people have to realize outside of the MAAC, that's not really an upset.
So we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with second half action after this on ESPN+. Darryl Fine back here with you from Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. A lot going on here, Smooth. A lot going on.
A lot going on.
I have a lot to navigate.
You're the point guard right now. You're orchestrating.
I hope I'm not. Don't turn it over too often.
Facilitating and not turning the ball over.
Yeah.
You're doing an amazing job.
Well, thanks.
But who else, aside from Iona, can represent our league properly in the postseason?
You know, the St. Peter's team
Yes, indeed.
can frustrate, especially teams that don't see them, can frustrate you defensively.
Correct.
Monmouth has some big wins, out-of-conference
Great
wins.
point.
Niagara's playing outstanding. The Ryder Bronx, look, you know, I see them a lot. Good pass. Drame can't finish. You know, I see them a lot. Look, they put together 2 of the best. That's 2 of the best back-to-back games they've played. I've been around them a long time in memory. I mean, that was 2 sensational games. Manhattan win and then the Iona win.
Food for thought question. You don't have to answer it.
Yeah.
Can they do that in consecutive ball games and then the postseason? Food for thought. Don't answer it now.
Well, you know what? They have a meeting coming up against the winner of Monmouth-Niagara. Can I answer it after that game?
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Strong move by Cook. I like him posting up. Anytime a post player like Cook, 2 feet in the paint, you should be able to score or get fouled.
Supreme Cook back to the line. So we heard your keys to the game for Fairfield.
Yes.
And, you know, they have a big mountain to climb here. What does St. Peter's have to do? What are their keys to make sure Fairfield doesn't climb that mountain?
Keep up the defensive intensity. Do not become complacent. Coach right across from us, Coach Holloway, I believe he will make sure this team does that. However, human nature is, we're up big, we won't play as hard. Keep the intensity up. Keep your foot on the gas for the remainder of this basketball game.
Lee weaves through traffic, tries to find the defo, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Peacocks, 15 to shoot.
Excellent recovery there by Taj. Again, that weave is so tough to guard. You're going through screen. Again, if someone gets into the lane, can you recover in time? Taj did a great job.
And I didn't mention the 3rd seed Siena when we were running down those teams. Siena, a very talented team.
So Darryl, you're basically saying everybody who's left.
I mean, I think there is a lot of talent. When you play your A game, I think that could happen. You know, you can go into a tournament and And that can certainly happen if you bring your A game, something that we've seen from Ryder the last 2 nights.
Well, Darryl, I understand exactly what you're saying. This is a good job by big fella Supreme Cook running the floor, unable to finish. However, he's going to the line. See that ball go through the basket as they're trying to make a run. But to your point, the question is, can the teams in our league, because some of these teams are built to win in our league. I'm giving you facts. But outside our league, sometimes it's questionable.
Let's put it to you this way. They'd be a big underdog no matter who they're going to play in the NCAA tournament. Let's face the facts there.
You're right about that, and that's why I just bring it to everyone's attention. If the Iona Gales had been
no question, you are absolutely
the representative,
yes,
they wouldn't be that big of an underdog because of their reputation.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
You know, the Gales lost the final game of the regular season before they went into this tournament to Manhattan.
No, at Manhattan on the road, but they won their final game at home.
Yes, on the road.
I was at that game
at
Manhattan. I called that game again. And there's one thing I also will bring up really quickly. Oftentimes in your league, wins at home can give you a false sense of security. Can be fool's gold. And they don't prepare you as well as they should for your conference tournament, which is at a neutral site.
Defo takes the contact, gets it up, but can't get it to go. Good job by Cruz. And now Green. Green cut off. Back to the corner to Green. Around the perimeter, Long 3, got it. A long 3 for Long. And 6 straight to open this second half for Fairfield, and they're breathing a little life.
Excellent ball rotation in that first half. We talked about the ball staying on one side of the floor. Get it to the opposite side, make that defense move. Good defense by Caleb Green. Ball pressure from Fairfield.
And there's an offensive foul. Fairfield will try to increase this 6-0 start to the second half.
Green doing a great job beating Lee to the spot there, moving his feet, drawing the charge. Love to see a paint touch with Supreme Cook.
Long finds Cook. Cook working on the Defo. Backing him in. Head and shoulder fake. Got it off glass. Good. 8-0 start to the second half.
Solid move by the young fella. He's so strong in that paint.
The Defo runs into Long, and a blocking foul is the call.
Great job of attacking there by KC. I thought defensively on that last play, KC did a good job pushing Supreme out. This time in transition, in attack mode, playing downhill.
Defo 1 of 2 tonight from the free throw line. 52%.
Right, this is an area where KC would like to improve, only shooting 52%.
Pretty good stroke there.
No question about it. Looks like he's definitely been working on it, and that's an area Coach Holloway will tell you that KC needs to do a better job shooting the free throws. Stroke looks good. He hit a 3 earlier, so you know the confidence is there.
Second team All-MAAC performer, Defensive Player of the Year in the MAAC. 1 of 2.
And when you get into the tournament, you need your stars to be stars.
Long baseline, shovels a pass to Green. Cruz back to Long, will shoot it over Eddard, no good. And the rebound battle for taken by Cruz. Good hustle by Cruz. Splits through 2 defenders and a foul called. So it's good to see the Stags
They're
come
playing,
out.
they're hustling. I like that job by Cruz going after that loose ball. Was a good box out by Banks, but Cruz, extra effort. Would love to see a replay on that foul call. Thought KC had his hands on the ball.
Well, there you have it. Here comes that call. The look.
Some action on the arm, correct.
Cook, spin move, off glass, got it, Supreme Cook, and it is a 10-1 run to start this second half.
Darryl, I'm loving it. As I stated earlier, I like Cook getting paint touches. When you can't score the ball, get the ball in the paint. If you have a legit big, he's going to give you quality shots.
Shaheen Holloway wants a timeout, not happy with the officiating here in this second half. 16:33 left, second half. St. Peter's 45, Fairfield making a little run. They have 29. Back with more here from Atlantic City on ESPN+. Even the Fairfield band seems a little livelier here in the second half. 10-1 start to the second half for the Stags. They cut into this deficit, and a big deficit was at halftime, 44-19. Peacocks lead now 45-29.
Well, they have something to play for. Stags came out much more aggressive to start off the half. Again, defensively, you have to pick and choose your spots as far as just getting after this St. Peter's team. But on the offensive end, I like the idea of getting paint touches, Supreme Cook initiating the offense.
One time, Red, one time. Here we go.
Matthew Lee looks for Nadefo, finds him underneath. Nadefo again, good job by Cruz. And the
Body
Stags
position by Cruz, again, took Casey off his spot.
Long three, no good. Long rebound to Eddard. Matthews will get it back out to Banks for three, no good. So St. Peter's has not scored since 38 seconds left in the first half. No field goals. They have the one free throw here in the second half. Long takes it and drives. Long runs over. They're going to call a block on Matthews. Matthew Lee. That could have gone either way.
I like the aggressiveness of TJ Long coming out in the second half, shooting the basketball, looking to get to the cup. Again, Fairfield down 29-45, but they're making a run.
Yeah, Fairfield's going to try to cut it even closer when we get back from the Boardwalk Hall. Atlantic City, ESPN+.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
When I'm at St. Peter's, I feel like I finally know what I can do, since the professors support me and guide me. I feel like the university cares about me. My degree is affordable, and they are committed to helping me achieve my goals. Studying close to home here in New Jersey allows me to access great internships and my community. And when employers see St. Peter's on my resume, they already know what I value and my potential. St. Peter's University. Experience the difference.
You've seen us on the court, and now, for the first time,
how about we do a timeout for a great true story?
You see us spread the greatness of African American culture by reading books for you that will make you laugh, cry, sing, and learn. Basketball players and coaches support black culture and social justice by reading diverse books in an entertaining and engaging way for all kids. So make a timeout and go to www.timeoutforblacklives.com today. A MAAC initiative.
Darryl Fine, Chris Smooth Williams with you here from Atlantic City. Jim Wellen, Boardwalk Hall. Steve Egnick on the sideline for us, doing an outstanding job as always. And take a look at St. Peter's bench now. Fairfield 10-1 start to the second half, and we'll have the ball after the timeout.
They needed that start, obviously, for confidence, considering they took a while to come out from halftime, so you know they were going over everything. I'm assuming there was some sort of tongue lashing going on, but the magic number, as we discussed last night, is 10.
They tried to get Cook off the inbound, too far for him, and Banks the other way.
Good defense by Fairfield. I'm sorry, St. Peter's. They were aware that play was coming.
Lee uses the Drame screen, back to Nadefo. Nadefo crossover in the paint. Head and shoulder pump fake, no good. Rebound Nadefo. And he is fouled by Cruz.
And that's the motor of Casey Nadefo. When he gets into that lane, able to put the ball on the floor, another area where he has improved from his freshman year to now. But his bounce on the second jump, everybody else is coming down. Casey's going up.
That was the third on Cruz, so he'll come out of the game.
And that's definitely big, because Cruz is the glue guy who keeps everything together for the Fairfield team.
Done a nice job on the Nadefo. Banks finds Nadefo, who will go down the lane and slam it home.
Excellent two-man action. Good job by Casey with the slip. And you know when he's near the rim, he's going to pound it home.
That is the Peacocks' first field goal in almost just about 6 minutes. Cook backing in on Nadefo. Cook goes up strong, no good. Eddard the other way, ahead to Banks. Banks to the hole, no good, but he is fouled by Chrysler, and Banks will go to the line for two.
Again, the defense starting the transition offense. Casey standing in there strong, able to make that shot really tough on Supreme Cook. They get out in transition, and Banks doing a great job of attacking the rim.
Banks, an outstanding free throw shooter.
Banks, the leading scorer on this team. St. Peter's, one of those teams that doesn't have a high leading score because of guys extended minutes. In this case here, attacking the rim. You like when guards have the ability to draw contact, get to the rim at the free throw line just to finish the point on the scoring. On most teams, you have one guy who does a boatload of the scoring. It's spread out. However, I appreciate that the league recognizes his skill set and talent level, putting him on an all-conference team.
Third team All-MAAC performer. Benning. Now Long will launch the three. Got it. TJ Long, another three.
That lefty stroke looks so good. A little biased towards lefties. I'm a lefty also, if you didn't know.
I knew that.
Cleared out space. Can you put that up right in Eddard's face? Defense was good. Better offense.
I've worked with you enough times to know that you are partial that way.
The righties can shoot it also, but for some apparent reason, it looks a little bit better when it comes off the lefty's hand.
Foul called on Green.
And I love that shot of Coach Holloway talking to Murray. Be strong with the basketball. Even though he received the call, said it earlier, play through contact. You may not get the call.
As if the Stags didn't have enough to handle, down 17. Now Green with 3 personals, so he and Cruz with 3. Steal by Chrysler. Chrysler left open. Jump shot is short.
Chrysler made some big buckets yesterday to open up things.
Eddard open corner 3, good. Can't leave him
like
open.
A layup. You can't leave him open. Down, get in transition, ran to a spot. Murray doing a really good job locating and finding him.
Smith, I have to believe that if that ankle has to be bothering Wojcik or he'd be in this game right now.
You're exactly right. Well, he did not play last night. Obviously, he wanted to give the team some minutes tonight. He came in, knocked down a 3-ball. But again, against a team like St. Peter's, you're going to have to defend, run, and that's a lot of pressure on your lower leg and ankle.
Eddard comes up with the loose ball, no good. Benning for the rebound. Benning the drive to the hole. Lost the ball, but it's off of St. Peter's. It'll be
and that's
Fairfield
the tough part. St. Peter's does a great job getting back in transition. You can't get any easy ones. You called it. Woj checks into the ball game and see if he can give you some extended minutes.
I mean, Fairfield, the only way they get back in this is to get something done from beyond 3.
The three-point shot is the great equalizer. They need to knock some down.
Whistle before the inbound. They're going to get Drame for the hold. 3rd on Fosini Drame. That is already the 7th team foul. So Mito goes to the line for a 1-and-1. One way for the Stags to get back in it.
Right. Let's see if Fairfield can take advantage of this. I've talked about trying to get that ball in the post, but in fairness to them, when you're trailing, it doesn't look so appealing to get the ball in the post.
They've got to knock down those free throws, although they've done a terrific job at that point. 11 to 13 now from the line. The freshman Murray backs off. Sandrame back to Murray. 10 to shoot. Murray, 3 up top. Got it. Jalen Murray for 3. He's got 8.
This young man can score the basketball.
Those are so deflating, Smooth, when you miss a free throw one end and give up that 3 when you're so far behind. There's a stuff by Mito.
Well, when Chris can do that, that helps out a lot and to get your energy back up. But you're right about that, Darryl. It's a swing of points. It's 2 that you miss and 3 that you get, so it's a 5-point swing.
Turnover, Peacocks.
Coach Holloway is so animated on that sideline.
Long looking inside, finds Benning. Benning backing in on Eddard. Tries to throw up a floater. Nobody is fouled. And a timeout on the floor. 11:31 left here in the second half. St. Peter's 55-36 on ESPN.
Jay Young's Fairfield team showed some really good energy to start the second half. They went on a 10-1 run, but St. Peter's has answered nicely. They now have a comfortable lead. Just under 12 minutes to go. They go to the semis on Friday with a win. Back to Smooth and Daryl at the table.
Thank you, Steve. And that is true. They do go to the semis with a win if they can hold on here. 11:31 left, second half. Take a look at Jay Young. His team was down 44-19 after the first 20. Now 17-11 here in the second half, and due in part to 6 of 10 from the field.
They've been chipping away. Taj is at the line here. The most success they've had is in that post. Taj, a big guard at 6'4", posting up a tad there, able to draw some contact. The outside shot has not been going down consistently, but I always believe inside-out basketball is your best bet against good defense.
Benning converts his 2 free throws. Stags need stops, and a lot of them. There's Dasher on the drive layup. Good move by Isaiah Dasher.
Another really good guard. Isaiah Dasher comes in. He gives you really good energy against Manhattan. I called the game where he basically came in and did a lot of really good things for the St. Peter's basketball team.
This St. Peter's team is going to be a tough out, Smooth, because they do have enough scoring. Here's a Mito stuff. They have enough scoring, and they really do clamp down defensively.
Well, again, it's the guard play, and you talked about what Casey does defensively, and he gives you some offense also. They are definitely a tough out. Now, on the Fairfield end, they're having some success with the ball in the paint.
I guess when you play defense that well, you know, you're going to have enough scoring.
You're right.
No matter what, I mean, they're 10th in the league in scoring at 67 a game, but 67 is enough when you're first in defense, allowing under 63 a game.
It should be enough, but the question comes up, Darryl, food for thought, at the next level. Can they do this defensively? Can they keep a bigger, stronger team from a Power 5 conference off the glass? The pressure from the guards, which are smaller guards, is it enough? These are food for thought questions, which I love to toss out.
We are halfway through this second half. 19-point lead for the Peacocks. They led by 25 at one point in this game in the first half. Eder to spin moves down the lane, tries to find Drama. Eder gets it back. 10 to shoot for Murray. Murray yo-yo dribble on the drive. To the hole, shot is blocked. And Long the other way, Long, Mito. Didn't look like he was ready for the pass, and that's going to lead to a Maryland miss. Cruz the other way. Cruz, Wojcik. Benning trailing, Long 3, got it. Taj Benning from way downtown.
Fairfield needed that, some end-to-end action there. Coach Holloway not happy at all. He missed that layup. He got right to the bench quickly to get a sub for him. Taj on the trail, one of the better times to knock down that 3. I told you all 3 yesterday. In transition, bang, scramble situation or inside out. That time, walk right into a 3 out of the transition. Let's see if Fairfield can string together at least 2 stops. 2 stops, one at a time.
Again, the winner of this one will take on the winner of Siena Quinnipiac. That game tomorrow at 7 o'clock. The semifinal on that side of the bracket will be 8:30 Friday evening.
Okay. The Saints have not played. Very important for the teams who've been waiting to come out aggressive. You have to come out aggressive when you're the higher seed. You don't want the lower seed just hanging around. Before you know it, the crowd starts to cheer for them, and then you question, listen, I've done all this work to be the higher seed, and everybody in here is cheering for the other team.
Everybody likes an underdog, Smooth. The Defo finds clearance for two.
Crafty move by KC again. 6'7", underside, but he got great position, used the elbows, and went up strong.
Cook now long down the lane. Layup good off glass.
TJ Long really impressing me getting to the basket. Again, coming into this ball game, I was looking at him as a standstill knockdown three shooter, but he's put the ball on the floor, that time using great English.
Nadefo working on Cruz. Cruz with the three personals. Nadefo up and under, no good. Cruz bats it to Wojcik. Cruz has done a heck of a job on Nadefo.
Okay, he's super solid.
Ball is... Drame went down hard.
I think that was a sign with the great defense there. Playing the high side, call for the foul, but the effort is always there. In transition, Cook establishes really good position. So I'm trying to get to that high side. But again, when you post up as strong as Cook does, it's tough to get around.
Front end for Cook. He earns a second. Cook now 6 of 7 from the free throw line.
And Dow, the key to getting that great position is getting down the floor first, doing your work early. I can hear that in the back of my mind. Played for Fran Fraschilla for 1 year at Manhattan. Do your work early.
All right. 61-47. A stop and a basket makes this interesting.
They're back in striking distance.
Lee looks for help, finds Nadefo. Now Eddard. Eddard, top arc jumper, no good. A rebound. Drame. They find Banks. Banks fakes the three, drives in, stops in the paint, and he is fouled. And an outstanding free throw shooter will go to the line for 2.
Banks puts that pressure on your defense. That screen and roll action is so difficult to guard, Dow, because when the basket goes up, the screener has inside position. Good pass there, Dow. Banks playing downhill in attack mode. Todd's been just a tad late on the defense.
We'll be back with more 61-47 Peacocks MAAC championships on ESPN+.
We are a reformative policy and to promote equity and inclusion for the long haul.
A group comprised of 11 member institutions.
Working together to represent the voices of all student athletes.
At the campus, conference, and national levels.
Though our mascots and colors may be different,
our mission brings us together in unity.
We aim to protect and promote student-athlete well-being.
Create inclusive environments for all.
Give back to the surrounding community through service.
And represent the needs of the student-athletes outside of athletics.
Together, we make an impact.
Together, we are.
Together, we are.
Together, we are.
MAAC.
Darryl Banks to the line for 2. 61-47. St. Peter's, 7:35 left, second half. And Banks, an outstanding free throw shooter. 2 of 2 tonight from the line.
And you love the way Banks picks his spots. Again, no one's ultra aggressive for St. Peter's where they have to take high volume shots. Banks understands where he can make shots, misses that second free throw, gets to the line, and most importantly, he defends.
A long three, not good, in and out, just looked like it, out of his hand, looked like that was going down.
Always
that
looks
was
good
way
from the
outside.
lefty. Come on, we talked about that.
Very nonchalant three, too. He just sprung up. And
that's what lefties do.
Lee, no look past to Drame. Drame, good and foul.
Help the helper. That case there, Cook comes out high. Someone has to retreat. Drame is a big guard's going down. Tough for a guard to be able to be in position to stop that. In this case here, at least get in position to make it difficult. Drame plays right through the contact. Again, he's down there by himself. Woj comes over too late, and that's not enough to stop him when he goes through that contact.
Fosini Drame can't complete the three-point play. Lee goes down, Benning will shoot over him. And they're going to call a flop on Lee.
Interesting.
So a flop on Lee that will send Benning to the line for one.
I see that as a no call, Darryl. What do you say?
Yeah, I think it's a tough call on Lee there. Because there was contact. It's not like we've seen contact like that called offensive fouls before.
Good job by Taj to knock down the free throw, a three-point play.
They're trying. Fairfield not giving up, down 14. Again, they trailed by 25 after just a brutal first half.
Veteran team, guys with pride, so you know they're going to stick around as long as they can. They're going to play to zeros across the board.
Defo again on Cruz. The Defo slips down. They're going to call a foul on Cruz. It looked like the Defo slipped. And a technical foul coming up on Cruz, and that's going to do it for him. That is going to be his fourth and fifth fouls of the game. And
for him, allow his emotions to get the best of him. It did look like KC slipped. The defense was solid.
So that's how Cruz's collegiate career, unfortunately, will come to an end unless Fairfield comes back in this game and continues in this tournament.
And he's the glue guy for this team. We talked about his effort on KC, thought the defense was solid there, but he has to understand his value to his team, and he can't get so angry and talking to the official like that. It comes right back to him.
I do see the frustration, though.
Yes, indeed.
As it looked like a slip.
He definitely did slip.
So Banks to the line once again, 3 of 4 tonight. Wow, it's his second miss. Right, he's an 88% free throw shooter. He's missed his last 2. And now his last 3.
I think it's appropriate to say, ball don't lie.
There you go. I don't know why. I wish I thought of that.
Well, I didn't want to say it until he missed the second one, but after 2 misses from a really good free throw shooter, that ball tells you the truth every single time.
So now the Defo to the line for a 1-on-1.
If Casey misses both, I'm leaving.
Well, if he doesn't make the first, he's not getting a second. So it is a 1-on-1. And he is 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He's got 15 points to lead all scorers. And there you go.
See,
so 4 straight misses for the Peacocks.
I'll be back at 6:20.
Can I come with Benning? You know what? The Stags with a basket here, it could get interesting. Long through traffic, he is fouled. Now they're going to say out of bounds off of St. Peter's.
Casey with another block. Excellent timing, but I like Long in attack mode. Didn't settle for the 3.
Benning maneuvering his way in, throws one up, no good. Great job by Mido for the putback. And look out, this one's getting interesting.
Beautiful job by Chris just around the rim. Even better job by Taj putting the ball up around the rim when the double team comes over.
32nd timeout, and just like that, smooth. It's a 12-point deficit for the Stags.
Just take a look at this. Taj puts that ball up on the rim, understanding even if he misses because the double team came over, there should be an opportunity for Chris to tip that in. He uses his length all around the basket with his right hand. Great job. Again, this Fairfield team will continue to fight. Almost at that magic number, down 10.
Still 6 minutes left in this one, Smooth. And, you know, Fairfield, without Alan Jean Rose, injured last night, did not play. Wojcik's playing on an injured left ankle. Cruz has fouled out of the ball game. Green has 3 personals, so it is an uphill climb, but you know what? They're right in this. 6 minutes left, plenty of time.
Classic next man up. I talked about this being a veteran team. They understand what they need to do.
Lee, down the lane, layup good. Good job by Matthew Lee.
Solid move by Matt, going strong to the basket. St. Peter's needed that.
Little room for error for the Stags. As Benning, left elbow, back to Long. Long tries to get around Banks. Can't. Gets it out to Green. Green, Wojcik. 6 to shoot for Benning. Benning spin move in the paint, off glass, good. Good move by Taj Benning.
Excellent initial defense by St. Peter's. Better move by Taj, able to use that big 6'4" frame.
Lee trying to direct traffic. Now Eddard. The Defo falls over Cook, and they're, check that, Benning, and they're going to call the foul on Benning.
Just a couple of seconds more. Fairfield gets a stop. Take a look at the defense. Taj trying to get that baseline cut off. If he takes a better angle, gets to that line before KC, he might get the charge. KC at the line, shooting 2.
The Defo 2 of 5 tonight, and he connects on that one. Before that free throw, St. Peter's had missed 4 straight from the line. 3 by Darrell Banks, an 88% free throw shooter.
Two good-looking shots there by KC.
4.5 to go. Long finds Wojcik. Corner 3. In and out, no good. And the rebound Lee.
Again, when you're a shooter, your feet and legs are so important. And if your ankle or something is bothering you, that could always be an issue.
Lee foul line jumper, no good. Cook with the rebound. Benning on the drive. Stops. Cut off by Drame. Now Green. Open 3 up top. No good. Rebound off of Nadefo out of bounds. And we come to a timeout. 3:48 left here in the second half. St. Peter's a 14-point lead. Back with more from Jim Well and Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. ESPN Plus. Let's take a look at our Hercules strong play of the game, and courtesy of Nadefo, strong play of the game. It sure was. Hercules Tires, the official tire of the MAAC, and for over 65 years has been providing tires with unbeatable quality at unmatched value. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, Hercules Tires invites you to ride on our strength. For retailer near you, visit HerculesTires.com. 3:48 left second half, 68-54 St. Peter's. Stags continue to battle. Benning down low, working on Nadefo. Benning, strong move, no good. And an offensive foul, the call. They're going to get Benning.
Push off. Casey solid down low. He goes straight up, and the push right there on the rebound. That's a good move. Has to finish that even with guards. If you're in that lane 2 feet, those are makeable shots.
And Nadefo back to the line for 2. Nadefo leads all scores, 17 points. 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Leaves the first one short, 6'7" senior from Elmont, New York. Again, 2-time MAAC Defender of the Year, including this year, was named Defensive Player of the Year today.
Happy to see Casey back in the St. Peter's uniform. He had put his name in the transfer portal, but he comes back. Welcome back home.
Welcome back home. And is 3.5 minutes from advancing here in the tournament. Wojcik says, not so fast. He'll go to the line for 2.
Crafty move by Woj, gets to that mid-range at the free throw line area, able to use the shot fake, get contact, almost makes the shot, but he gets 2 free throws.
3 of 3 tonight for Wojcik, 17 of 19 from the free throw line are the Stags. Mito in for Cook. If you're looking to foul, Banks and Eddard aren't the ones you want to foul, although Banks missed his last 3. Good pass from Nadefo to Lee for 3, no good. Mito with the rebound. Wojcik uses a Mito screen, tries, and a blocking foul, the call on Lee. And that'll send Wojcik to the line again.
Wojcik
for 2. They're slow getting up.
Ankle went strong to his right, but he tried to plan on that left ankle, but he pops right up. He'll go to the free throw line. You pointed it out earlier. You would love to see this Fairfield team at 100%. Woj being able to play solid minutes, no ankle injuries. Obviously, Cruz fouls out. Rose, who was the X factor in my opinion because of his size and the ability to do a number of things. But again, this team is still sticking around. They're fighting with 2:55. You call this winning time under 3 minutes.
This is the closest they've been since early stages of the first half. Still 2:46 left.
Stop right here would be big.
Eddard finds Nadefo. Nadefo in the paint, can't get over Mito. Back to Eddard. Eddard driving to the hole, puts up a floater, good. Big basket for Eddard.
Doug Eddard, again known for shooting the 3 ball, goes strong to the basket, puts it up high, comes down for the deuce.
Green just inside the foul line. Now Benning. Benning spin move to the hole, finger roll, good. Taj Benning, good looking play for 2, back to 11.
He's been very successful with that spin move. Anytime a defender overplays, you know the St. Peter's team is going to overplay. You spin back, strong, keep your balance, nice left-handed finish.
2:02 left, second half, 11 points. St. Peter's lead. Back with more here from Jim Whalen Boardwalk on Atlantic City, New Jersey on ESPN+. 2:02 left, second half, 71-60 St. Peter's. Smooth, here's another look at that bracket. And, well, the shot heard around the basketball world is going to be the Rider Bronx upsetting Iona because of, how high profile Rick Pitino is. It's, you're going to take the good with the bad when he's around.
Well, you and I have been around the MAAC for a while, mainly this season. Teams 5 through 11, very, very similar. And all of those teams had the ability to beat teams 1 through 4. So it's not a shocking upset. However, outside looking in, it does look like a shocking upset.
Full court pressure from Fairfield and long fouls. Drame.
Foul Kurt right in front of us. In retrospect, Long has a great opportunity to make a good trap line here in front of us, half-court line. If he traps Drame there, he can't back dribble. Excellent opportunity to trap, but he fouls first. Drame at the line. Let's see if he can make him. Ooh, favorable bounce.
That one? Favorable bounces. Drame now 1 of 2 from the line. Just 60% coming in. Makes them both. Wojcik, a long 3. That's an air ball out of bounds. It'll belong to St. Peter's.
Steph Curry heat check.
Foul will send the Defo back to the line for 2. You saw Quinnipiac last night. They'll play Siena, who's been waiting around tomorrow night. I mean, Rigoni
shot the ball very well.
Blanc, they really shot the ball well from 3.
Shot the ball well, ignites their defense. You talk to Coach Baker Dudley. He talks about getting additional stops. They were one of the better scoring teams in our league, but as he stated, that wasn't enough. So we have to get stops and score the ball.
Defo knocks down his free throws. Long 3, bending off glass and good. Drame lay up the other end. Beats everybody down.
Dance pass there, Drame running the floor.
Benning's 3 is blocked and out of bounds.
Casey covered a lot of ground to block that. How many blocks does he have? Do you have that right in front of you, Dow? He has to be around 5
4.
at least. 4 or 5, okay, 4.
4 blocks, 76 now in the season. Benning up top now, drives in, goes for the alley-oop to Mido. Might have broken up. I think he took one of the chops there.
Excellent read by KC. That's why he's the defensive player of the year.
Minute left. Lee finds Eddard. Corner, 3 in and out for Eddard. Long the other way for 3, no good. So St. Peter's will win their 17th game. Stags will finish the season 15-18.
St. Peter's Dow
will move on.
Survive and advance, however they impose their will on this basketball game.
Then they'll face the winner of Quinnipiac and Siena. So they just dribble this one out. So the St. Peter's Peacocks again, the highest seed left here in the MAAC tournament. The number 2 seed will win and move on with this 77-63 win, and wire to wire for the Peacocks here tonight.
The calling card is defense. Started off the ball game playing very well, solid. Their defense leads to easy baskets on the offensive end. And the way they run their offense, I love that they do a lot of screening action, the wheel action, and the one point in that action is when you switch, you have bigs like KC, the Drami brothers. Any switching action allows them to get to the rim, inside position, on missed shots. They're able to get tip-ins. We saw that early, and they're so active around the basket. St. Peter's will be a tough out. Didn't say much about Siena. We talked about them against Quinnipiac. They're a solid basketball team also. I love them in transition, like their size. They have really good wings who can score the basketball.
They sure do, and again, a decisive victory here tonight. And Steve Eggink is with winning coach Shaheen Holloway.
Here was Shaheen Holloway, coach. 25-point lead at halftime. Fairfield cut it down to 11, but your kids weathered the storm, got the victory. Your thoughts?
Well, I told them that was going to happen at halftime. I know Fairfield's a good team, very well coached. Good. They got great players. They veterans. I knew it was going to come back and be a dogfight. They came out, threw some punches. We came back, threw some more, got some stops we needed, and that was ball game.
I thought Casey Nadefo was terrific tonight, Coach. He really set the stage for you. He was good offensively, but he had 3 blocks, but he alters so many shots. He was really engaged on both ends of the floor.
He's one of the best players in this league, hands down. He don't get the credit he deserves. Obviously, he got Defensive Player of the Year. That's what he do. But he's overall one of the best players in the league. He showed it tonight.
Hey, again, congratulations. Good luck in the semifinals on Friday, Coach.
Thank you.
Let's bring in Casey Nadefo. Casey, great job, man. Here with KC Nadefo, just talking to your coach. You had a 25-point lead at halftime. Fairfield goes on a good run, but they cut it to 11. But down the stretch, you and your teammates made the plays. Your thoughts on a big quarterfinal victory?
We played a great Fairfield team. We started out slow the second half, started getting into a rhythm, but we just fight. We try to compete every game, and that's what we do.
Hey, congratulations again. Great job on both ends of the floor, and good luck in the semifinals.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's send it back over to Daryl and Smooth at the table.
Thank you, Steve. And let's take a look at the updated bracket. Smooth, you see 2 of the final 4 set with Ryder, the 9 seed, moving on after the upset over the top-seeded Iona Gales. Now St. Peter's joins in that final 4 with this decisive 77-63 win over Fairfield.
Well, again, you take a look at the teams that have advanced. They've done things that they did well during the regular season. Ryder, very solid basketball team, maybe the second most talented team in the league, player for player. Stars shined in that particular performance. We're looking at a Monmouth-Niagara matchup will be really good. St. Peter's calling card has been defense the entire year. They come in very solid on defensive end, and they show you exactly what they're dealing with. Quinnipiac, they know they can score the basketball. You talked about Jacob Rigoni knocking down the three. He was on fire. Can they consistently do that? Can you play to your strength? And when your strength's not working, is it something else that can carry you? That's what I'm looking forward to seeing in these next games.
So a terrific day and night of basketball, both on the women and men's side here in the 2022 Hercules Tires MAAC Championships. We'll do it all again tomorrow.
Looking forward to it, partner.
So am I. So for Darryl Fine, for Chris Smooth Williams, for Steve Egging, saying so long from Jim Whalen, Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, where tonight the St. Peter's Peacocks defeat the Fairfield Stags 77-63. All games airing on ESPN Networks, is streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a